Good morning, all of you. Welcome back to our course Big Data Analytics and Business Intelligence. So, our today's topic is data objects in R. So, in the previous lecture, we have discussed about R, basics of R. It includes what is R, what are the applications of R, what are the features of R, what are the different operators available in R, what are the data types available in R, and variable declaration. So, these many topics we have discussed in R. Now our today's topic is R data objects. Somebody will also say that it is a data types in R. So what are the different data objects available in R? One is a vector, list, matrices, array, factor, and data frame. These are the 6 different data objects which are available in R. Sometimes they are also called as a R data types. But in if we see, generally we consider integer, then number. These are the data types: integer, number, character. These are the data types. But in case of R, these objects also treated as a data types in R. So one by one we will discuss all these R data objects. So very first data object is vector. So vector is a very simple type of data objects that is available in R, which can store a data such as character data, boolean data, then numeric data. So here we'll see a simple example how to create a vector. This I have created a vector of different color. Okay, I have just created a vector of a different color. So simply I will just take a variable apple, and you know that in case of R, this arrow is treated as a assignment operator. So I have just created a vector of color red, green, yellow, and it is assigned to variable apple. Then I am just printing the value of that variable. So suppose I print the value of that variable, I will get such kind of output: red, green, yellow. And suppose I want to know what is a class of a vector that I have created. So we can do this with the help of this particular command: print class apple. Print the class of apple. Apple is a variable, and here we want to know what is a class of that vector apple. So here you can see, you can get output as a character. So vector is a very simple data object available in R. Now the next one is list. Next data object in R, that is list. So it may contain many different types of element inside it, like a number, string, vector, and another list. That means we can say that list is a combination. Here it can accept number data, string, vector, as well as you can embed one list into inside the another list. So we'll see the example of this. So that list can be created by using function list. So here we have taken one simple example. List1 is a variable. This is assignment operator. Then list, in bracket you can see that C stands for vector. This will represent a vector of number 253, comma, we have taken again a number 21.3, and then finally we have taken a boolean value called as a true. And then suppose we want to print the value available in the list, we can use simply this print function, print in bracket list1. So as soon as I execute this particular command, I will get the output like this: 253, 21.3, and true. So we can say that list is a particular data object which may contain different types of element. Here we can see integer type of data is there, numeric, or you can say floating point data is there. It can also store boolean data such as a true, false, like this. So in this way you can use a list. Now the third data object that is available in R is a matrix. So what is matrix? Matrix is a two-dimensional rectangular data set. You already aware about the concept of matrix. Now the thing is that how to create a matrix in case of R. So in order to create a matrix, one function is available called as a matrix. So matrix function is used to create a matrix in R. So we'll see how to create a matrix. So here m is a variable, equals to, here I am using equals to, then matrix in bracket, see this is a vector, it's a vector of type character, a b, CBA, and this complete considered as a one vector. This vector is of type character. Then n row equals to 2, that means number of rows are equals to 2, number of column equals to 3, and by row equals to true. That means I need to plot this vector value row wise, not a column wise. Okay, suppose in this case by row equals to false, then it will distribute all this value column wise, not a row wise. But here I just enable this option by row equals to true. That means I will get output like this: AAB CBA. That means it has distributed this vector in row wise, not a column wise. By default it arranged the data column wise. Suppose I am not specifying by row equals to true, by default it will arrange all the data available in that vector in the column wise. So once you execute this, you will get output like this. So this is how simply you can create a matrix in case of R. So matrix is another data object which is used to create a matrix. Now next one is array. So it can store, it is another data object that is available in R. So it can store a data in more than 2 dimensions. In matrices we have seen generally we create a data in two dimensions, but suppose we need to create a data in more than 2 dimensions. At that time you are going to use the concept of array. So first of all, here you can see I have created 2 vectors. One vector containing the elements 5, 9, 3, another vector containing element 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. Then we'll create an array by using array function. Okay, so result is a variable to which I am assigning the array. I am creating a array by using array function. So in bracket you can see C, that is used for vector. So there are 2 vectors, v1 vector v1 and vector v2. Then here we have provided the dimension equals to C 3, 3, 2. So number of rows are 3, number of columns are 3, and number of matrices that we are going to create are 2. So it helps us to create a 2 3 by 3 matrix. So once we print the result, we get output like this: 5, 10, 13, 9, 11, 14, 3, 12, 15. So why this is repeated for twice? Because here we have considered 2. This 2 will represent how many matrices we need to create. So this is how we have created 2 3 by 3 matrices using the concept of array. So array help us to create more than 2 dimensions. Okay, and you can also provide the names to various column. How to provide the name to column? So you have to use column dot names. Here C1, C2, C3. Like this you can create one vector of character C1, C2, C3, and you can assign the name to the column. Similarly you can assign the name to the row by using this particular command, row dot names, then C of R1, R2, R3. This is again a vector of R1, R2 and R3. So this is how you can assign name to the column as well as name to the rows. So this is what a data object called as a array. Now the second last data object that is available in R is a factor. So what is the use of factor? When factor can be useful? So it is used to categorize the data and store it as a level. So we need to see when to use factor. So factor is generally used when we have data available in particular column, but that data is limited number of values. For example, in case of gender, you may have values male and female like this. So factor is useful for categorizing a data and storing it as a level. So we have taken one of the example as a gender. So in case of gender, maybe the case that there are 2 values are available, one is a male and female. Similarly, suppose I am creating a table called as a student, where I am going to store the information of the student. So in that case, one attribute can be there, branch. So in that case, branch can be CSE, IT, mechanical, electrical. So in this case I can say that the value of that attribute branch is limited. So at that time factor can be useful. So factor can be useful to categorize the data and store it at its level, and it is created by using function called as a factor. So here first of all we'll create a vector which consist of different values such as east, west, east, north, northeast. Like this we have created one vector which consists of these many values. Then suppose we print this, we got the same output. Now suppose I execute this particular command, print is dot factor of data. So what output you will get? You will get output as a false, because in this case I have not set a factor. So how to create a factor, how to apply the factor? So for that purpose you have to use factor function. So here factor underscore data is a variable to which I am applying this factor function on data variable called as a data. So once I apply factor function on this variable data, all this data present in that particular data variable gets categorized and its level is displayed. So here suppose I print the value of that factor underscore data, I will get the output like this. It will output all the data which is present in vector, as well as it will show the level. Level means what is the different values, what are the different values available in that attribute, that is treated as a level. Suppose you consider gender as an attribute for which level can be male and female. So similarly that factor is used to categorize your data and store it as a level. So I hope you understand the concept of various data objects. We discuss about vector, list, matrices, array and factor. So here we'll stop. In next lecture we are going to discuss a very important data object in R, that is a data frame. So that we will discuss in next lecture. Thank you.